Hello, good day everyone. Another video tutorial from Marine Technological Institute of Davao Occidental Incorporated. And this time, this will be pattern making for collar and sleeves. We will do the pattern making for the collar first. And the data that we must have is the neck measurement. The measurement for our neck circumference is 16, and it was based on the measurement that we had from the blouse. Let's start. Remember that in pattern making, there are 4 phases: the border, the partition, the plotting of the measurement, and connecting the dots. So, we'll do the first phase, which is making the borders. And making a border, it's just the same that as what we did in our blouse. Making the border, we'll have to have an approximate of 2 inches from here, another 2 inches here, and this will be the form of our L square with an approximately 2 inches distance from the edges, both right edge and the lower edge. Number 1, the corner must be marked as our dot number 1. From dot number 1, we will use the ruler, 1 to left. We'll have to locate the 1/2 of our neck measurement. Since our neck measurement is 16, so the 1/2 is 8. So it's here. And this is our dot number 2. From dot number 2 to the left, we'll have to move 1/2 inch, and this is our dot number 3. Now, to do the partition, we'll have to make a vertical line of lines of dot number 2 and 3, and it must be in a proportion of our line number 1. So we'll have to do this like this: 2 and 3. Now, next is from number 1 to up, we'll have to measure a standard of 3 inches. 3 inches here, and this is our number 4, dot number 4. Then 3 to up, another 3 inches, and this is now our dot number 5. Now, that is the partition, the second phase of our pattern making. Now, the third phase is connecting the dots. We'll have to connect 2 and 5 using ruler, and 4 to 5. So this is now the form of our pattern for collar. Now, in cutting the pattern for the collar, we'll have to cut 1 to 4 lines, 1 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 2, and go back to 1. Okay, we will now cut the pattern for our collar. Let us follow the line that we have, just like this one, and this line here. Okay, we will cut this one, and the last one is this line. So this is now our collar for our project. Now we will proceed immediately to the pattern making for our sleeves. The same procedure. The first one is making a border line. Again, the corner here is our number 1. This is our dot number 1. From dot number 1, we will use the ruler, and the measurements that we must have, measurements needed for the making of the sleeves, are the following: armhole, arm tight, and arm length. 1 to left, we'll have to locate for the arm length. But before that, we'll have to measure first a standard of 3 inches, or sometimes this is 4, but we will have to take only 3. This is our first measurement. This is standard. This is now our dot number 2. Now, next step is from 1 to left, we'll have to locate for the arm length. Our arm length is 7. Now, this is number 7 inches as provided by our measurement. This is now our dot number 3. Now, from dot number 3 to the left, 1.5 inches, 1.5 or 1.5 inches. This is now our dot number 4. The same procedure. Since we already have dots for partition, we'll have to form or to make a vertical line for this in proportion with line number 1. Okay, line number 2, then line number 3, then line number 4. After this, we'll have to do the plotting in line number 3 first. Okay, before that, we'll have to do the plotting of the armhole. Our armhole is 18. We'll have to locate for the half of our 18. So 18 divided by 2, it must be 9. Now, in plotting the armhole, which is 9 inches, as a result of 18 divided by 2, it must be from line 1 to line 2. Now, how are we going to do this? We'll have to follow this one. From line 1, we'll have to plot the 9 inches here, this one in the ruler, going to the line 2, up to the corner of our ruler. Okay, again, I will re-demonstrate. In line 1, this is the 9 inches for line 1. Then we will move the ruler going to the left until it will reach up to the line 2. The corner of the ruler will reach up to line 2, just like this one. Why 9? Because our arm hole is 18 divided by 2, that is 9. Then this is now our dot number 5. Okay, dot number 5. Next, 3 to up, 1/2 of our arm tight. Our arm tight is 13, so therefore 1/2 is 6.5 or 6.5. This is 6.5 inches. So arm tight is here. This is now our dot number 6. For the allowance, because this is the allowance line, the line number 4, again, we'll have just to move forward a little bit from the measurement of line number 3. So this is now our line number, dot number 7. We will now connect the dots. We will connect 1 to 5, then 5 to 6, 6 to 7. Okay, the last one is we'll have to get the center of line 1 to 5, which is 4.5, because this is 9. And after locating the center, we'll have to draw a letter S in here so that we can arrive with a good shape of our sleeves. So it's just a little S. Just a tip to everyone, do not make an S here which is very curved. It's just a slightly curved S in order for us not to find it hard when sewing our sleeves. Once again, this is now the form of our sleeves. Now we will cut this one. We will cut the S of line 1 to 5. We'll just follow the drawn S that we have, 5, then 5 to 6, 6 to 7, and this one 1 to 2, 3, 4. Then the last one is the allowance line 4 to 7. This is now the sleeves, the pattern of the sleeves that we will have. Once again, thank you very much. This is from Marie Technological Institute of Davao Occidental Incorporated.